or patient, I really appreciate you turning up here today. This just goes to show the depth of support there is for a 15% pay rise. Many are actually unaware that NHS workers have lost 20% of their pay over the last 10 years. So whilst the cost of living is going up, our salaries are not.
Shame!
It's therefore no wonder why we have over 100,000 vacancies within the NHS. Our pay is directly linked to the recruitment and retention crisis we are facing. Lots of staff are either retiring early, considering leaving the NHS after this horrendous last year, or even leaving the NHS for better paid work, as financially it's just not doable anymore. This puts patients at risk. And really, in this day and age, as one of the richest countries in the world, no one should be living in poverty, and everyone deserves to be paid a fair wage for the job that they do to ensure that they can actually afford to live.
We're going to travel on the pavement by and large, and we're going to be going over a pedestrian footbridge. So there will be places where we will be crowded together a little bit and make sure that we're a little bit spaced out.
Now! Defend! Defend! Defend the NHS! We say fight back! Keep our NHS alive! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5! Keep our NHS alive! Boris Johnson, open your wallet! Pay us now! You know you've got it! Here's what you truly worth! We say fight back! Keep our NHS alive! Solidarity forever! Solidarity forever! We say cut back!
We say fight back!
This isn't just about the health service. The attacks on the health service over the last 10 years have been part of an attack on the entirety of the population. With the exception of people who've got enough wealth to live off other people's work. If you do not pay the staff properly, you will not be able to fill the 100,000 vacancies that are currently amongst the pressures upon our precious NHS.
People called us heroes, but we're not heroes. We're nurses, we're doctors, we're support workers, healthcare assistants, domestics, porters, dietitians, radiographers, and everyone else that makes up the NHS. So I got £500 a year. That was my pay rise, not 12%. That's the majority of pay rises nurses got. We did not all get 12%, and 1% is just not going to cut it this time. We were all there for you, as we have been for the last 73 years. But will we be there for you for the next 73? Will we even make it for the next 3 years? That is up to you. We need to fight for a fair pay rise. We need to fight for ourselves. We need to fight for each other. And most importantly, we need to fight for the NHS.
I'm the branch secretary of Unite at Thurrock, and we've recently been through some industrial action. I want to tell you about it. In October 2020, the council dropped a bombshell on us, and they said that they wanted us to remove what they call allowances, which in effect, in real terms, this was our overtime, contractual, bank holiday pay, etc. This was an attack on our terms and conditions and our pay. As a result of the attacks, we balloted the members and even balloted some that weren't affected by the cuts. We had a 90% vote in favour of an industrial action. On the 13th of April 21, we went on strike and we were organised. We leafleted residents, we had support from all over the country. Our strike went on for 6 weeks, and what was key to our victory was our solidarity. We were united as a group, and that was vital to our success. And this was not just a victory for us, this was a victory for every local government worker in the country. And I just want to leave you with this before I go. As it's a saying from the late great Bob Crow of the RMT. If you fight, you won't always win, but if you don't fight, you will always lose. Thank you.
The workers united will never be defeated. The workers united will never be defeated.
The government must now admit that during their tenure, our health professionals have suffered what is in some cases as much as a 15 or even 20% pay cut in real terms. They must listen to the arguments, forget the insulting 1% offer, and put their money where their mouths are. Because if they don't, they must surely be held to account for the absolute shame that will be the sorry demise, not only of our health and care professions, but of the National Health Service itself. This is a fight for the best possible pay and conditions for our most esteemed and venerated profession. And once we've achieved that, we can then go on to fight for the same for all public service sectors. And we won't stop until we have achieved the same fair pay, decent working conditions and job security for all workers across the country.
Leah talked about the stats for NHS workers, over 100,000 vacancies, over 5 million people on the waiting list, the highest it's ever been. And it's this funding crisis that they talk about. It's not a funding crisis, it's a political idea, isn't it? They've been rolling back the welfare state for years and years. So when they say they haven't got money for us, it's a damn right lie. We want to do what Thurrock did. We want to do what the UCU is doing. We want to get ourselves out of the streets. We want to unite. Unions need to unite and start looking at strike. We know that pay review is round the corner. We need that united action to pull us out and beat down the doors. Because that's all it is. It's only Boris Johnson and his cronies between us and a pay rise. That's all it is. The public are behind us. The public want to see public services and better pay for those that work in them. So let's be clear. We can win this. We need solidarity and unity. Today's been absolutely brilliant. And I think we need to keep going. We need to organise this. And Boris Johnson, we are coming for you. We won't stop until you have gone.
When I hear Tony speak about the Thurrock bin workers, and we sent our 50 quid down from Harlow coronavirus people, got profit action group to support them, I was walking on air because Tony teaches us how to win, and that's really, really important. And what people before profit is trying to do is to bring all the fights together so that I don't think of Tony as somebody down in Thurrock who I don't know. I think of it as my fight, and when Tony wins it, I walk on air and I know I can fight. Because the problem is not that people don't understand that we have to fight, but that they lack confidence to do so. How do we build that confidence? We support every struggle. If we're at work, we take a collection sheet round to support every strike, and then we feel that that strike is our strike. We own it, and when they win, we walk taller, and when they win, we feel that we might win too. We're like that. Solidarity will win, comrades. We have to make it happen.
exactly what we need is a grassroots campaign that cuts across the different unions, that cuts across the different grades and the different jobs, and says that NHS workers, all NHS workers, need 15%, and we all need unity to get it. Save Southend NHS was not set up as Save Southend NHS. It was set up as Save Southend A&E, and we had to change our name. And for once, it was for a really good reason. We won. We had a campaign, thousands of people out on the street, pointers for me, that our grassroots campaign made a difference and won. I'm absolutely certain that the health workers grassroots campaign can do the same thing. But the best present we can really give it the NHS, I believe, is to take that spirit of grassroots organising, of fighting, of being prepared to support our colleagues in the NHS if they need to support, if they need to take industrial action. They should not be left alone. We need to defend our NHS now. We need to demand a decent NHS for a future, an even better one, but I hope will also be in a better and more decent society. In solidarity with your campaign.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming out here today. And a lot of my colleagues who wanted to be here today can't because they're looking after those patients, some of the most vulnerable patients who still need care. The emotional experiences are not unique to critical care nurses. They are the experiences of every porter, every cleaner, every healthcare assistant, every nurse, anyone who has come and shown up to work to help provide the care, to help keep our important health systems moving, to save lives.
Lack of protection, lack of pay and no respect. We don't ask for much, but for pay that reflects who we are, what we do, in line with inflation, not minimum wage after payday taxation. We are your NHS, not a privatisation. We are yours. We love our public, but now we need more. Because claps don't pay the bills or keep staff from leaving. Painted signs will not comfort your loved one that is grieving. We need more. We need your votes and voices. Actions to force this government into making better choices when it comes to showing us respect that we have earned. Not a pittance of a 1% to sit and watch us burn to the ground. Your NHS is bleeding out, with no remedy in sight. Heartbeat ceased, NHS deceased. So tell me, what's the price of a life?
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you.